Now Amber Farmer's voice this.
Move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. Ambazonia shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. We come from Momondi and Fako, Dongamanto, Kope Maningu Babwi. We come from Ezama Yugoyo, Rebiele Menchum Goke Tunja Meme is all. Our freedom is all. Our freedom is all. Our freedom.
Mama and Papa them for Ambazonia una welcome for Amber Farmer's voice. We don't see them say how with this war is so next year chop in go feed lack and hungry it go feed they plenty. So Amber Farmer's voice they for you for help for see say may we put head together. See how we fix we own fertilizer, see how we fix mixing where they kill insect them. See how where we feed work plenty chop for small piece of land. So with the talks to make all man refine Amber Farmer's voice for Facebook and for YouTube. So that any question where you get them, may you write them for days so that Amber Farmer's voice it go answer for una. We'll be ready for help una for all time, for answer una question and for give una any information how we fit grow chop, how we fit keep chop fine, make it not spoil for long time, how we fit hide chop so that make that wicked people they not spoil them. Thank una plenty.
Shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. Ambazonia shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians.
Papa them, Mommy them for Ambazonia. When I come good for this edition for Amber Farmer's voice. My name is Isaac Zama, and I'm happy for be with not this Sunday, August 9th, 2020. For today, we're going to modify the way we do the program a little bit. We'll get some special announcement where we'll get them at the beginning of this program. So as we normally start, I would like make we take a minute of silence. We pay homage for people that way La Republique don't kill them for this war for independence. I would like make we also make a special prayer for Pa Thomas Tangem, where he died for La Republique Hospital with chain for a hand. I hope that everybody wanna see that picture and those videos how La Republique killed Pa Tangem Thomas inside their hospital with chain for a hand. So make we take 1 minute. We pay homage for all people that way they don't die for this war for independence. All right. Thank you again for everybody. For ground zero, for ground one, for Ghana, who don't pay respects for these people and for all people that they don't kill them during this time for war. Today we go start with a special announcement. We'll start with a special announcement, and this special announcement we'll go do now for give honor for all people that they don't die. Which way I go like for suggest now say if you get small picking for house where you know go like make it see some kind of picture them, then I go like for suggest make you send it picking for another room, or if any adults in their way they don't like for see very emotional pictures and audios, then me step aside for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, make we play this special announcement before we start the program.
Please, are you a reporter? No.
We are looking for. Oh, from 5 or 6 years. Every time we go there, we don't finish some more. It dry. Oh, because can't my would have 5 there. Come on.
Fellow Ambazonians, country people, time don't reach, make we honor and remember we fallen heroes, and for start keep book for all man, woman, and pikin them, where La République du Cameroon don't kill them for this we war for independence. This war for free we self. We no fit wait so till we reach Boya before we start keep book for them. By that time, plenty people go don't forget. We go now for make sure say we get all the information. So when time for talk this with Palava don't reach, we go get all the number them and all the information for show United Nations and other international human rights organization. People weigh their work now for look this with kind Palava. We need this information because as soon as we reach Boya, a hero's monument shall be built. That be say we go fix some big place where we go write all the names them for we people them where they don't pay the ultimate price. So that we pikin them and grandpikin them sote no go ever forget their sacrifices. We where we get lucky for still they alive, no go ever forget we brother and sister them where they don't pay the ultimate price. Make we honor our fallen heroes. Country people, una sabi any Ambazonian where La République du Cameroon don't kill them for sika we freedom? If yes, we beg una forgive we their full names, place and date where they kill them, and pictures for we fallen heroes from September 22nd, 2017, sote today. We no suppose forget any man. We beg, make una send the information by WhatsApp for number +1 413 591 8686, +1 413 591 8686, or by email boyaamba@gmail.com. boyaamba@gmail.com. We therefore make sure say they no ever come out for we head. Make una share this information with all man from Bakassi to Nkambe. One for all for one.
Ngozi ngamen biya chakame boyo tika ngana ye biya chakame boyo.
Okay, welcome back from Farmer's Voice. The reason for this audio and the importance for the message we hear for that video or for that audio, now say we want to start gather all the names them for people them way La République don't kill them since 2017. We don't start gather some of the names, but they'll not be complete. Now we things that don't start advance. We want to make sure say every single person will La République kill them for this war since September 22nd, 2017 until today. We get for document them. We get for make sure say we get all their names. We get for make sure say we know the date where they killed them and the place where they killed them. The reason for get all this information, I say, when Ambazonian experts they will start go for negotiation with United Nations or with La République, with the help of United Nations or other international organizations. If one talk say they don't kill people, then we get for show proof, and we go for only show proof when we get all the names them for the people them where they kill them. the names them for people where they kill them, the place them where they kill them, and the date where they kill them. So it be very important to make all we Ambazonians, especially the people then where they there for ground zero, where they don't lose family members, make they try give with this information so more document them. I would like for assure everybody, say make nobody no fear for send with this information. This information will be kept very safely, and they go use them only when we need for when we need for talk with United Nations, or we researchers and they need that information for do any analysis about the number of people where they don't die and things like that. So make anybody who wants to send them this number where they get this WhatsApp number, it be very, very safe, it be secure. Make you know when I no fear say when a name or La Republique it will come in contact with our names, so when I provide this information and then they go fit target una. No, want to assure everybody say when I send this information in a confidence manner, we will assure everybody the confidentiality for any information where they send it for way through WhatsApp. The number again, where they talk for that announcement. The number now +1 413 591 8686. That number now WhatsApp number +413 591 8686. If somebody wants to send information now through email, if email be easier for somebody to send the information, the email address now boyaamba now one word, BUEAAMBA@gmail.com. So now we email address that. If we know any restoration forces them for down, make una pass this message for them. Say one continue for collect the names of all the restoration forces and where like people don't kill them. All with parents, with brothers, with sisters, with mommy them, with papa them, with picky them for ground zero. We get for document every single thing, every single person where that people kill them. We get for document all this information. We get for document, it be very important. And then another reason I say, once we get all this information, when we get to Boya, they will build a huge monument where they will write every single person in name where we don't ever lose them for this war for independence. So it be important, say, make we not forget any one person where a lot of people don't kill them for this war. All right, when I welcome back for Amber Farmer's Voice. Today we will talk about how to prevent mealybug. Mealybug na this sick way it catch cassava, their leaves. When I know how cassava be important for we. Cassava would use cassava for make water fufu. We use it for make kumkum. Some people they use it for make akra. And then the leaves. Many people they chop the leaves. The leaves can be very, very nutritious. So we think say make we come today. We can talk how this disease, where they attack cassava. We can talk how they feel prevent them. What way they feel do for prevent them. And as we know, we for Amber Farmer's Voice, we know they come talk say make people don't go buy chemical. No. The things that we try for discuss with people, for educate with people on how they feel use that's all leaves them where they for inside with bar, inside with backyard, inside with forest, where they work very well. So again we for Amber Farmer's Voice, for Ambazonians, for the new Ambazonia with the Bilam, we try for teach people them, make people them use their heads, make they use their brains, and any kind of resources and where they get them around them. you know, even I look and find the kind education where since we joined the Republic, they give we for 57 years. It only make we when they become like consumers. We know they ever think. With people that go to school for agriculture, when they come back, they only try for remember now which way they don't learn for school. They because of the way they structure the educational system. With people they need to try for think about how they fit solve problems within their society. I'm going to example. For example, most of the people when they go university or where they go when are scientists, then they don't come back. Or when people where they go school of agriculture, when they come back, they know this figure out how they fit help farmers them for prevent some of these diseases them for use we own grass them. Now because the kind of education where Europe and La Republique they don't make we go under. Now say you must only do nothing where they talk. And when you do anything when they talk, it means say if you talk same for prevent this disease for catch cassava, you only get for buying a pesticide way now white man they make. So now the kind of education in that way we don't get them for the last 15 years. And one of the things in that way we the one we Ambazonia one move away from. We don't want that kind of education again. We want use we brain. We papa them when I send you for school, say make go learn, we don't learn, we want come back for use we brains for solve we own problems. All the grass them way nature give we. All the sense the way we ancestors them give we. Papa them way they don't die, so when they don't teach we how to make some country medicine them. Some people then they had know how to do certain things. Now that kind of thing now we really need for come back as Ambazonians for the new country we fight for make our own things them the way it go fit way. So that one of the reasons that we fight for get this own new country. So that we will think now we go think how to solve our own problems. We know only think forget in a way white man they don't do for bring brilliance our country. So I would like to take this opportunity for assure Ambazonia say when we go for Boya, when I go with us for 5 years, farmers will develop a country just in 5 years because we get the sense. We don't say we go learn, we don't learn, and we think say we fit develop that country in 5 years, even if we don't get oil, even if we don't get timber, if we don't get bauxite, just farming, we get a lot of Ambazonia professionals and way in 5 years they will develop that country. They will develop the economy of that country. All right. So coming back today, the topic again we will need to talk on now how to prevent mealybug for its cassava. This as I talk this mealybug that's on sick way it attack cassava leaves them. So before you want to prevent this bug or this sick, the first important thing I say we need to prepare with cassava stems them for before we plant them. Now one of the strategy in that way we're talking for this program today, so that we'll see how we will prepare the stems before the next step. We'll talk how we then prevent if this cassava we don't prepare them, if it gets sick, how we will cure this sick. So with the next thing I would like make we do now, make a show now how for prepare cassava stems them before we even plant them. One of the most important things and where we need them for prepare the cassava seeds for plant them na neem. Neem na some plant where na insecticide. So make una watch neem because most people then for Ambazonia they don't know what to be neem. You know they grow very everywhere, but there's some plants where we would like me to plant them. So far we know say this plant there for kumba, we know say it there for fundong. We also know say it there for a kiliwindi. So when people then see them, if we know the name for country talk, we wanna call we tell we the name for this plant for country talk, so that many people they go fit recognize them and then they'll plant them. This plant will be very extremely important for agriculture, and we go make sure we encourage people that may they find the seeds, they plant them for every single compound where they inside Ambazonia. You need to forget this plant. So make a show now with the name, and then after that we will then see how for if we use this name for prepare cassava for planter.
Ambazonia waka waka. Mesumene poyo mezangu itonga mantu kupe mani nguba fako mani ulibiale momonjango ketunja land of freedom, the land of milk and honey, land of plenty. Poyo I am an Amazonian. We have a menda. I am an Amazonian. Ako wabane. I am an Amazonian. Bale bamese. Uku bangola. Destiny can be delayed but can never be changed.
Okay, so that plant na neem, some people they call and say dongoyaro. That's what they call them for some other country, talk them for Ambazonia. So we want to appeal, if anybody wanna know about this plant, make wanna let we know, so that we will inform people them from other parts of Ambazonia, may they find the seeds, they plant them. So now what we don't see the plant or this plant, this natural herbicide where they use them for prepare cassava. Make we then go now, we see the process, what will be the steps, how you use this neem now for prepare your cassava for planter. When we watch this other video, this video na video where Mrs. F Abi make them for the country, for Gabon. I be work with some university then for them, and they want to make a plantation for cassava. So we use this system for teach the university student them how for prepare the cassava seedlings, the cassava stalks before they plant them. So make una watch make una watch this short video, and then we'll come back and then I will explain the process why we do what we do after we watch this short video.
Give me the power, give me the freedom. Your people are crying, why won't you listen? Seeking for justice, for a brighter future. Let's do this together in peace and harmony. Sisi go take us there to the promised land. No one will stop us now. No, no, no. today, not today. Nobody go Caesar to jubilate. I say Mandela and Nkrumah. It's now since we go turn it. Africa, 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 come together, help your brother, Africa, dance together, love another, Africa,
Mama Liliana Muktabe, Kakumbe women are behind you, Mama Ambazonia. We live in Paris, Ambazonia the Cayo, levez-vous, Milana Tam, le stratège, picking for Ambazonia. Honorable Weaver, warrior from Jakiri, Justice Avon. From West Africa, diplomacy, ahead. Watana Wata, Amba boys, stand strong.
Okay, so now the process that for prepare cassava seedlings for planter. So make I just take a few minutes. I really explain the steps and way we need them for prepare these cassava seedlings before planter. So the first thing we need to do, I say we need to go collect these neem leaves them for places and where they get neem. When I go for bush now, or when I go for under if you get neem for your compound, you go cut these leaves and now you bring them. And then the next thing now, you get to go find cassava. You need to find cassava where it really don't cassava where it don't strong. No go cut cassava where it never did at least 10 months. When you want cut cassava for planter, we get to make sure say that cassava where it don't already bear fruit, and then they don't already dig the cassava. So the cassava must on day for ground at least 10 months before plant them. So we get to find a cassava where it don't really strong. No go find cassava where it don't be that for 6 months. It no go really give you good cassava when you plant them. And then when you want to find cassava for plant them, make sure say you find a cassava where it don't look sick. Me not been at some cassava where you don't get sick before you go carry them. Say you want to plant them. If you go take cassava where you get sick for can plant them, that sick will see the inside the stem, and then when you plant them, it will continue to get that sick. When you go cut cassava for bush or for farm, the cassava where don't be about 10 months and you don't get sick, you get for time inside a bundle. When you come back for place where you go to plant them, make that cassava make it stay like between 2 and 5 days. Not just go cut cassava for bush and then you come back, you can't cut them, for go plant them. Scientists them or researchers them, they recommend say when you don't go cut that cassava, you put that inside bundle, you can't tie them. Make you put them under make a day for place you will plant them like between 2 or 5 days before you plant them. And then when you go get the cassava too, when you come, not just can put the cassava for down, make it slip like this. Put them vertical. So if you put them under pear tree, you stand them like this under pear tree. Now so way researchers then recommend say make you put them under pear tree between 2 for about 2 or 5 days, and then not just can put them under sun. If you put them under sun go hot. It go fit kill some of the some of that iron way when you plant them, cassava they come off for day. So make you put them under shade for for maybe 2 to 5 days before you plant them. Okay, so now if you don't get that cassava, maybe say more assume say you want plant them tomorrow. Most say you want plant that cassava tomorrow. You get to go farm tomorrow, you go plant cassava. Then what you go do now say you go cut that cassava. The length for that cassava you cut them, you go there about 20 centimeters. Yeah, when you cut them about 20 centimeters, and you get to make sure say when you cut them, each stem when you cut them, you get to get like 4 or 5 item. The reason why it get that 4 or 5 item, that the place where the leaves are common for the, where the branches are common for the reason why you get that 4 or 5 item, now so that when you put it inside ground, it will then, when you put like 2 inside ground, then 3, at least 3 they go there for up. That way the leaves they could easily come out now for that 3 item where they differ above ground. And then when you want to plant a cassava, not just plant cassava straight, so you get for slanter, you go for planter, make a bit slanting like this, about 45 degrees. Now so where scientists and talks will go to planter. Now when you don't move around, you don't cut them about 20 centimeters. What you would do now, say you go then take that neem leaves and we don't cut them for bush. You can now, you put that inside pot, as when I say inside that video, you put that inside pot now, you boil that neem. When you don't boil that neem, you don't boil, you take that cassava, that small cassava, you don't cut them, so you then put them now, if you know about plenty, if you then put them inside basin. And then that when you don't boil that neem, you boil, you move them, you put them for down, make it cool. Make it cool, reach for the point where if you put your hand inside, where if you wash picking. So now for no say the water don't correct, you know how for wash picking, how that water they be warm. So now so when you don't boil them, you move them, you put them for down. When you put your hand there, you use them, it be like if you use them for wash picking that time, and then you take her now, you pour her now into that basin. Then you don't take that cassava where you don't cut them 20 centimeters. You put her now inside that basin, inside that neem, because that neem is a very, very good insecticide. The reason why you put that cassava inside that neem water, I say, if you be say you get any sick, if you be say you get that mealybugs, that mealybug now that small it they like tumbo, but they like insect. If you get any neem inside, if you get any mealybugs on top of cassava, that insecticide and because that water they warm, it could kill those insects them. So that when you move on now, you go plant them, you know you know will get any sick. Again, neem a very, very natural insecticide. Anybody where you get access to computer, if you go do research, you could see the importance for neem. So I think that way would you really plead for everybody for plant neem. We need for find them for every place. Some people they start make nursery for neem, and then they decide, excuse me, and then they sell them now, you know, for different people then. So when you don't put that cassava inside that basin, if you leave it inside like 20 to 30 minutes, and then you move her now, you then keep them, and then the next morning you go plant them. Now you don't move on, so that cassava it be disease free. You don't get any disease for you. So when you go plant them, the likelihood say that cassava go succeed, it say go grow fine, it be about 80 to 90%. So I hope say this one be important. Okay, now for place where most of the people they don't get neem, at least maybe it did, but we'll never know. Maybe people then find out for ground zero. If you don't get neem, how you still prepare your cassava for what planter? What way if you do if you don't get neem? Let's say if you take hot pepper, either fresh or dry. Even a dry pepper, you grind them. For people where they live inside bush, if you pound them inside mortar, you pound and make it really done like dust. And then you take garlic. This garlic go with the chop. You also grind them for stone, as mommy they grind garlic for stone. Or if you get them plenty, you put them inside mortar, you pound them, and then you mix them with this pepper. You put water inside, you boil them. Like for 30 minutes or for 1 hour, depending how much fire you will get. Once you don't boil, you move on now. You put them for ground. You put them for ground. Make it cold. When it don't reach, you put your backhand for there. When it don't reach the temperature where if you wash pikin inside, you don't take that you don't take it now. You put that cassava there, that 20 centimeter cassava where you don't cook it, you put it now inside, so that pepper and that garlic, it could kill any mealybugs where they be hang onto that cassava before you go plant them. You put it inside like when I steep inside the water for about 30 minutes, then when I move them, when I put them for ground, and then the next morning when I go plant them. So now how you do prepare your cassava this for your cassava seedlings or your cassava stems for go plant them. So we go like for here how people make people them where they ground one where they get into farming, make una follow these steps for prepare una cassava for go plant them. If anybody get question with number for here now +1 202 735 1145, una send me any questions and then we go fit answer them. If una get any problems, we go fit answer them. For people that where they go like to read more how for prepare their cassava for plant them, if you go for internet, they do a search for IITA or the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, where they for Ibadan for Nigeria. They don't do a lot of research how to prepare your cassava for planter. So anybody who want read them, make they go for internet. They go learn. They go read them, and then they learn them. They see which way the research that they don't talk how to prepare your cassava for planter. Okay, so now we don't see how to prepare cassava for planter. If you be say you don't already you don't watch this program where you never know what you for do. If you be say you don't already prepare you don't already plant your cassava, or if your cassava there for farm today as we talk, and then you get these mealybugs. Mealybug. If you go for mealybug, you see how that white insect they hang for that cassava. It leaves them for its stem. They chop them, and it make the cassava grow fine. So if this don't already attack your farm, how you fit treat them? How you fit manage this mealybug? How you fit treat them using only natural leaves? Make una remember, say with Amber Farmer's Voice, we try for use not just natural pesticides and way they don't really test them for other places. It work, we bring them so that make people for Ambazonia make the try them. So the next experience where I would like to make with see how the people them for Thailand, for Asia, they manage this sick way it is destroy cassava using natural means. Make una watch this program. Then when you finish, we'll come back and then we'll talk some more how we adapt some of these things and what they see them for Asia, for Ambazonia, or for Ground One, or for Ghana, for people where they try to start farms, or for that with school where some people that want open up for Ground One for help some for picking them. So make una watch this one. Make una pay particular attention for how the people them they try to manage this mealybugs or this sick or this insect and way they attack cassava.
Across the world, cassava is grown for its edible starchy tubers. In Asia, cassava has been free of major problems for a long time. But recently, cassava has been threatened by some new pests and diseases that are spreading rapidly. Mealybugs are one of them. If you grow cassava and do not yet have this pest, you better learn to recognize it so you can manage it when it arrives or even prevent it from arriving. Meaty Chosri, a village agricultural volunteer in Konburi district, recalls when the cassava mealybug first appeared in Thailand in 2009.
ก็มันรุนแรงมากเลยครับผลผลิตลดลงตั้งแต่
Our yields were greatly reduced. Before, we had 5 tons per rye, but this dropped to 2 tons per rye. Many cassava plants died.
ไม่ได้เลยก็มีครับ
ค่ะถ้าเกิดว่าเกิดการระบาดของเพี้ยแป้ง
If there is an outbreak of mealybug, we have to control it together. If we do not control it, our crops will be destroyed. We may not even get stem cuttings for our next crop. Fortunately, mealybugs can be controlled with a little attention, without spending much money and without too much work. In this video, we will learn how to recognize mealybugs, how they spread, and how to stop them from destroying our crop. There are different types of mealybugs. Each kind has a slightly different shape. They may be white, pinkish, or greenish. All can be controlled in the same way. A single mealybug can produce many young ones and therefore can quickly cause a severe infestation. The cassava mealybug leaves its eggs in a whitish, woolly sac on the cassava plant. The newborn crawlers are so small they look like dust. As mealybugs grow, they go through different stages, each time shedding their white waxy skin. The older stages tend to stay in one place.
มันครั้งแรกจะเริ่มเห็นเป็นใยขาวๆก่อนเป็นใยเล็กแล้วก็ค่อยๆขยายตัวเป็นหลายๆจุดไปเรื่อยๆครับ
First, you see a small white sac. Then, many white spots will appear at the underside of the leaves. The leaves of mealybug-infested plants will start to curl and look like an owl's head. I mean, the plants have bunchy tops. With smaller leaves and a bunchy top, the plant captures less sunlight and grows more slowly. As a result, the tubers will be small. When mealybugs pierce the cassava plant to drink its juice, they squeeze out sweet drops of liquid from their rear end. Ants like to drink this sweet liquid, so if you see ants on your cassava, look again. The ants are not the pest, but they may indicate that you have mealybugs. Now that we know how to spot and recognize mealybugs, let us hear from another community agricultural volunteer how mealybugs spread.
ของเพี้ยแป้งบินไม่ได้นะคะแต่ว่าลมจะเป็นพาหนะนำไป
Mealybugs cannot fly, but they are transferred by wind, water, and humans. That is the way they spread.
เป็นท่อนพันธุ์นะคะต้นมันค่ะเพี้ยแป้งจะอาศัยไปในลักษณะนี้นะคะ
So, how can we keep mealybugs from destroying our crop? This can be done by eliminating remaining cassava plants and destroying harvest residues, growing another crop after you harvest cassava, planting cassava when the rains start, using healthy planting materials, disinfecting cassava stakes, protecting beneficial insects by not spraying insecticides, regularly observing your crop and destroying mealybug-infested tips. The cassava mealybug does not like to feed on other plants. It much prefers to stay on cassava all the time. After you harvest your cassava, if there are any mealybugs, they will stay on the parts of the cassava plants that are left in the field. As mealybugs don't fly, they will stay there and wait for you to plant more cassava. If you want to plant cassava on the same field, make sure to remove infested crop residues. Collect the dead cassava plants and burn them to kill the mealybugs that are on those plants.
ค่ะเราจะมีการพักแปลงก่อนค่ะ
We leave the field empty for about 1 month, then plow the soil before planting. Even better is to grow maize, sugarcane, or any other crop after growing cassava. After harvesting the other crop, you can plant cassava again, knowing that the field is free of mealybugs. There are fewer mealybugs during the rainy season because the rain washes them off the plants. So, if you plant cassava at the beginning of the rainy season, you are less likely to get a severe mealybug infestation. Most of the time, mealybugs arrive in our field on the cassava cuttings we get from elsewhere. Buy your plant material from producers of certified cuttings or from farmers who have fields which have not been attacked. If we go to a field and find the stem cuttings with curling leaves, we will not buy them. Stems that look nice and have healthy buds are free from mealybugs.
เราใส่ปุ๋ยตรงนี้นะคะเพื่อให้ต้นให้พืชที่จะเกิด
We apply fertilizers so that the plants for stem cuttings can produce nice stems, free from pests and diseases.
แล้วก็ตรงพันธุ์ที่
If we don't apply fertilizers, the stems will be stunted and short and susceptible to pests and diseases.
มันจะทำให้ต้นมันนี่แค่เตี้ยแล้วก็เป็นโรคง่ายเราทำพันธุ์ไม่ได้แต่เป็น
By fertilizing a corner of your field, you will get more vigorous and healthy plants from which you can select new stakes for the next season. When you buy stakes and are not sure they are free from mealybugs, be careful. As young mealybugs are very small and may hide in the buds of cassava stems, it is wise to disinfect all planting material. Ask your extension agent what insecticide and dose to use. Wear protective clothing and respect the safety instructions, as all insecticides are poisons. Mix the indicated amount of insecticide with water. Make sure that the cuttings get completely wet. Drench them for 5 to 10 minutes to kill all mealybugs. You can also drench the cuttings in a mixture with plant extracts to kill mealybugs. If you have used clean planting material, the chance of getting a mealybug infestation is greatly reduced. In your field, you also have friends such as ladybird beetles, spiders, and lacewings that eat mealybugs. The lacewing places its eggs on plants infested by mealybugs. Each egg is hung on a slender stalk about 1 centimeter long. Lacewing larvae cover themselves with the dead bodies of the mealybugs to hide themselves from ants. The lacewing larvae are much larger than the mealybugs, and they can walk fast. No matter how, the lacewings will find the mealybugs because they need food. They will look until they find the mealybugs. Other beneficial insects are harder to see. Small black wasps, about the size of a mealybug, lay their eggs inside the mealybug. As a result, the mealybugs will die and more wasps will be born to kill more mealybugs. Some farmers spray insecticides to control mealybugs, but this is expensive and not very effective. The insecticides will kill all the beneficial insects, and you will need to spray every week. Pesticides can kill mealybugs, but the mealybugs will be back in a short time. The chemical will harm the farmers too. The farmers may die before the insects do. So we use nature to control the mealybug. Observe your crop throughout the season. If you see any mealybug-infested tips, collect and burn them. This will keep the mealybugs from spreading to healthy plants. In Thailand, community pest management centers have been set up to control the cassava mealybug. If farmers in the neighborhood don't control the mealybug and there is an infestation, there will be an outbreak. So we agreed that if there is an infested field, we work together to control the mealybugs so that they will not spread to other fields. Let's review what we have learned. Cassava mealybugs can spread quickly and destroy your entire harvest. After harvesting cassava, remove and burn harvest residues to kill any mealybugs that may be living on them. Plant another crop first before going back to cassava. If you grow cassava on the same field year after year, leave your field clear for a month in between two crops. Plant cassava at the onset of the rains, as there are more mealybugs in the dry season. Collect planting material from a part of your field that has vigorous and healthy cassava plants, free from mealybugs and diseases. To make sure that your cassava cuttings have no mealybugs, dip them in a solution that kills mealybugs. Protect lacewings and wasps because they kill mealybugs. If you find mealybugs in your field, collect the infested tips and destroy them. When the entire community pays attention, cassava mealybugs can be controlled, and we can continue having a good harvest.
Okay, when I welcome back from that interesting video, how they teach we how to cure or how to control this sick or these insects and whether they chop cassava or whether they kill cassava. So what you don't learn from this from this video. The one thing where, or the other things, among the things that I learned, I say the community, farmers are going to work together for make sure, say, if one person get mealybugs inside a farm, make them work together, make they share knowledge, make they share sense, make they can sit down and they talk together as we see how they do for Thailand, so that they will fit eradicate or they will fit stop this mealybugs for destroy cassava. Another thing to where I learned from that video, that say insecticide and we buy them for market for can pump cassava there, na poison, na thing where they talk. So we need for learn how for use or we own natural leaves them for prevent this sickness for catch with cassava. And then another thing too about cassava, I say cassava be very, insecticide, it be very expensive and it not be effective. So we need for learn how for use leaves them, or natural leaves them for prevent this disease now where they attack, we chop them and not only cassava, all the other chop them where would it grow up. Another thing to learn, I say, if you do for your farm, you see, say, your chop, you don't be this thing, you don't attack your cassava. Go inside your farm, cut them, and then come, not just throw them. They say you want to make compost, they burn them. It be very, very important. Say, make we follow this this strategy. Then we will learn for this video how for really control this this mealybug. All right, so the thing we'll be talking about, say, if it be say you know, as I don't talk before, if you don't get neem for control this this mealybug, what do you use them? Use yourself for people that have amber today. What do you use them for? Use them for control this bug. As I be talk, when I find pepper, a really hot pepper, or either fresh or dry, it no matter. When I find fresh pepper, it depends how big your farm day. If you get, I say 1 hectare, if you take 1 kilo for either fresh or dry pepper, you grind them. I know, say for inside Amber now, some people that go for market, they get that machine where they grind pepper for it. Really grind and make it done. You take maybe a handful of garlic, you know, 1 handful of garlic. You grind them too. You grind them. You mix them together, and then you boil them. You mix this hot pepper and then this garlic. You mix them together. You boil them. You move them now. You keep them for ground. Make it cool. You sift them, and then you put them inside a jug or 20-liter plastic gallon where it really clean. No put the one where oil the inside. The one very clean, and then you go put them on masse for backside. You go put them under plantain or put them under pear tree, and then you take small plastic paper, you tie them up there, then you just put them for there. After about 1 or 2 days, you go look at them again. You will see and say it don't start high, it don't start bulge. When it bulge, it mean say it don't start becoming ferment. If you see and say it don't start ferment, take one small needle or how they call it, safety pin. You just put small hole there for that 20-liter mop where you, on that plastic paper, so that made the thing breathe. After 1 week, when it don't really ferment fine now, if you then take it now, you bring it inside house, you can cover it and keep them. When you want to go for farm, you want to go pump your cassava farm, you take 1 liter, you put it inside 20-liter for you mix up 20-liter water, then you go use it now. You pump your cassava there, it will kill that pepper, because you know pepper is hot. Because that pepper is hot and that garlic, and it don't ferment for 1 week, it don't really strong now. It will kill now that those mealybugs and other bad insects and way they destroy crops. If you use this same recipe, if you use this same system for pump any other chop them day. Or make I add one thing, before you go pump them, you take soap. This with savon would buy for a lot of people. Well, after 1 week, you don't move them for under that tree, you bring it into house. The day where you want to go pump your cassava, you take this savon, you cut them into 4. You take 1/4 or the other 1/2. You scrape and you put it inside water. You mix them, make that foam then come out, and then you mix it now with that. You take the water now. You then put that inside that pump. A pump where you need to go pump the cassava there. Then you then take 1 liter that concoction. You then mix it inside. The reason why would they put that soap? Now because soap it get soap the gum. It get some chemicals inside where they make the gum. So when you mix and so you pump your cassava there or you pump any chop there, that soap now it will make that pepper water and that garlic water, it will then hang down for that for leaf for cassava or for leaf for tomato or for leaf for anything. So that if rain fall, it not go wash that medicine where you don't pump out for the soap. So that's the reason that way you take that soap, you put it inside water, you shake them or you scrape them, and then you shake and once you don't finish dissolve fine, that just that water for soap, you don't take that water for soap now. You then measure them 120 liter. You put that inside that pump. Then you take your 1 liter that concoction we don't make of pepper, garlic, and pepper and garlic. You then mix it now. You won't use it now. You pump your cassava there, or you pump your tomato, or you pump everything on head one for there. So, Ambazonia farmers, everybody for Ground Zero, now the information that we'll prepare them for more talk about how when if you prevent this bugs or this sick way it really spoil cassava plenty. So make people them for ground one, make una try them. A very simple process. Make una try them. If una get any question, we WhatsApp number again +1 202 735 1145, or when I send me email for amberfarmersvoice@gmail.com, or when I go for Facebook page for Amber Farmers Voice. If I get any question, when I get any comment, if people don't get different experiences, if we know some other better way for use, that's what we own contracting them for make natural pesticide or natural insecticide, we go really help farmers. Make una send with this information so that we could take them, we share them now with everybody, all farmers them for Ground Zero. As we know, now when they don't declare war for we, so work no day. People they don't get work, and so make everybody work farm. We know one say if you don't take your small money, you go pay the clear farm for cassava. They can't work and then you go plant cassava. You know do well. So now I think that way we hope say this program it will be very useful for people then for prevent this disease where it can attack cassava. So fellow Ambazonians, now the program that we're preparing for today. Next week we will come back. We will talk some other thing how for help farmers. I want to talk for thank the other people where they don't send me messages, they don't call we. Say we work on how for use urine or piece like fertilizer. We don't show on some one time, but now we want the next time we'll do more research. We will bring in some specialists where we can tell we how many times you need for use that piece like for fertilizer, how many times you need for use them for 1 week or for 1 month for either for fertilizer your corn, for fertilizer tomato, or for fertilizer jama. So that's some of the things that we work on. We thank everybody for where they watch so far, and we glad how say so when they watch the program say it be helpful. We don't get feedback from people from some people from Nigeria that they watch, and so we thank you again for watch. Make una continue for watch. Anything when I learn from here, make una share them with other people then where they don't get opportunity for watch TV, and then so that make all we as Ambazonians make we do well for agriculture. So I will leave una again with this public service announcement. We for start from the beginning. Again, this will be very important. So I think that way I don't want to leave when I want to play them again before we end the program for today. If when I get this information, we're gonna send them for that WhatsApp number where they got to come for this for this short announcement. Thank you again very much, Ambazonians. Make everybody we stand strong. We go get to that Boya very soon, and when we get to Boya, we farmers and we could develop the country.
Please, are you a reporter? No. We are looking for where are they? Oh, we are looking for where are they? Oh, for 5 or 6 years. Every time we got them, don't finish small. It dry. Oh, because I said, "Mommy, would I find me? Come on."
Fellow Ambazonians, country people, time don't reach, make we honor and remember we fallen heroes, and for start keep book for all man, woman, and pikin them, where La République du Cameroon don't kill them for this we war for independence. This war for free we self. We no fit wait so till we reach Boya before we start keep book for them. By that time, plenty people go don't forget. We go now for make sure say we get all the information. So when time for talk this with Palava don't reach, we go get all the number them and all the information for show United Nations and other international human rights organization. People weigh their work now for look this with kind Palava. We need this information because as soon as we reach Boya, a hero's monument shall be built. That be say we go fix some big place where we go write all the names them for we people them where they don't pay the ultimate price, so that we pikin them and grandpikin them sote no go ever forget their sacrifices. We where we get lucky for still they alive, no go ever forget we brother and sister them where they don't pay the ultimate price. Make we honor our fallen heroes. Country people, una sabi any Ambazonian where La République du Cameroon don't kill them for seeker with freedom? If yes, we beg una forgive we their full names, place and date where they kill them, and pictures for we fallen heroes from September 22nd, 2017, sote today. We no suppose forget any man. We beg, make una send the information by WhatsApp for number +1 413 591 8686, +1 413 591 8686, or by email boyaamba@gmail.com. boyaamba@gmail.com. We get for make sure say they no ever come out for we head. Make una share this information with all man from Bakassi to Nkambe. One for all for one.
Bia to me boy, take a minute, bia to me boy.